82-1. I ask for any nominations.
Mr. Kutsia,
Member Bosman.
I would like to nominate Member Lorraine Botha as chairperson of the Standing Committee.
Thank you very much. Any other nominations? I see Member Maseko.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kutsia. I just want to second the nomination of Honorable Member Bosman of nomination of Honorable Member Lorraine Botha. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you so very much. With no other nominations received, Member Botha, congratulations with your election as chairperson to the Standing Committee. I see Member Dugmore has just joined us, but congratulations with the election as chairperson.
Thank you very much, Member Mr. Kutsia. Thank you very much. Members, good morning, and thank you for the confidence. Mr. Kutsia, can anybody admit Member Dugmore?
I've admitted him, but I think they can't verify the person's identity.
Oh, okay. All right. I see that our IT support is here. Ms. Candice Morris and Siraj is also present. If you could assist with that, please. Okay, members. In regard to our virtual meeting, please be informed that in regard to the virtual platform, please keep your mics as well as your video cameras off. And then also when you want to raise a point of order or you want to attract the attention of the chairperson, please use the raise your hand function as well as use the chat box if you do not have the raise your hand function. And then members, if you have had an opportunity to speak, immediately after you have, please mute yourselves. I'm now going to ask members, just for the record, to introduce yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. My name is Matlodi Maseko, and I'm the member of the Standing Committee of Local Government.
Good morning, Chairperson Gillian Bosman, a new member of this committee.
Good morning, Chair. It's Cameron Dugmore. I'm a newly joined member of this committee. Thanks.
Thank you very much, members. And for the record, Lorraine Botha, duly elected chairperson for the Standing Committee Local Government going forward. I'd like also to welcome our procedural officer, Mr. Johannes Kutsia, or Mr. Johan Kutsia as we know him, and then also the senior procedural officer, Mr. Johan Vermeulen, and then also our IT support that is with us and our assistant procedural officer, Nomfundo, that is with us. Members, in regard to the notice that we have received and the agenda for this meeting that we have received, point 1 on the agenda we have taken care of. We are now going to consider the set of draft minutes, of draft minutes that we have received, and you have received it from our procedural officer. Mr. Kutsia, I would ask you if you could flight the set of minutes, please. And members, I take it that you have read through the minutes. Thank you very much. We are on page 1. Thank you. Continue, page 2. Members, that is the set of minutes dated the 16th of November 2021. I would ask if you could adopt, and I note Member Maseko. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I move that we adopt the minutes.
Thank you very much, Member Maseko. To the next set, Mr. Kutsia. Thank you very much, members. We have also received this set of minutes. It is dated the 7th of December, page 1. And you will note that the members now is very different to the set of minutes. Page 2. Thank you very much, Mr. Kutsia. Members, that is the set of minutes. Member Maseko, I note you once more.
Chair, I move that we adopt also the minutes.
Thank you very much. Member Maseko moves to adopt that draft set of minutes. Thank you very much, members. That takes care of the 2 sets of minutes that we have received. We shall now go to the quarterly report for July to September, and then from October to December. And this you have also received, and I take it that you have au-fait yourself with the content of it. So this report then takes care of what has transpired in this standing committee. Mr. Kutsia, can you just go up, please, on this number of committee meetings held is 4. 1, 2, 3. Just go up. And then there's 5 noted.
Chair.
Yes. Member Maseko.
Can you go up? Can you go to the first page, Johan?
Just check on the reports. You say 4, but there's 5 listed. That's the one that I'm.
I noted, Chair, I'll make that amendment.
Okay, thank you. And then go up 1 page for Member Maseko.
Yeah, just stop. The 2.11 of the maintain oversight over executive member and his department, including the implementation of legislation, and to hold them accountable to the Western Cape Provincial Parliament. Okay, just wanted, I was trying to internalize it, sounding like something was not.
All right, so you're okay with that?
He's moving so fast.
You were supposed to read.
Yeah, I saw it, but I wanted him to check if is he okay with the way it is. Okay. So I wanted him to be there. That does it sound okay? Because the reporter can understand it, he can understand, but the person that can get the report and read it,
yes,
is he going to interpret it the same?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So are you happy with 2.1.1 now?
Yeah.
Okay, Member Maseko, are you happy?
Yeah,
can we move on?
Thanks.
Okay, and then he has amended the 4 to 5 because there are 5 reports there. Okay, all right. Continue, Mr. Kutsia. And then, yes, that's all the attendees for the different standing committee meetings conducted. Then there's 1 postponement.
Chair, I just want to have a look quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, no, that's correct. Yes, no, that's 100% correct. Yeah.
Okay. Your the postponement there indicated.
Yes.
Okay. Was this now? What's the status on this now? Do you know?
No, Chair, what happened was the date for the final mandates was
Yeah.
given to us by the NCOP. Then we scheduled a meeting to adopt our final mandate,
Okay.
but then
Yes.
they moved the date, so we didn't have to meet,
Okay.
and
Okay.
and that hence we postponed that meeting.
All right.
But we
Okay.
subsequently adopted the final mandate, and it was
Okay.
submitted to the NCOP.
All right. Okay. And we'll then see that correction in the next report, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Members, that is then the report for July to September 2021. Can we adopt with the amendment to that?
With that amendment, Chair, I move that we support.
Thank you very much, Member Maseko. This is the next quarterly report, October to December 2021. Member Maseko, 2.1.1, you happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's 3. That's the attendance of all members. Okay. So, Mr. Kutsia, so that the one that was postponed is not recorded in this one.
No, it won't be, because that wasn't postponed in this quarter. It's only in the second quarter that it was postponed.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Continue. Members, there you have it. That is the report, October to December 2021. Can I then also request for to adopt this draft report?
Chair, can I ask something?
Or this quarterly report?
Yes, ma'am.
The budget of the committee for the one that we adopted of the 5 meetings and this one of the 2 meetings, the total amount, the expenditure to date and the balance is the same. Is it supposed to be that way? Because in 2 meetings, that means we haven't used
They
them.
haven't spent.
No, but remember we had virtual meetings, so there was no expense.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I want to find out.
It remains.
You will see
so
now the fourth quarterly report will indicate an expenditure again with the cluster visits that has happened.
Okay,
yes,
perfect. Then with that, I move that we adopt, Chair.
Thank you very much, Member Maseko. Members, in regard to going to point 3, I, as duly elected chair and the first time as a member of the local government standing committee, I would ask the support of this committee to meet with the procedural officer to go through the draft report, or not the draft report, the draft program rather, of the standing committee, and then to have a discussion, and then thereafter send out the draft report to members. However, what was on the, or what is on the draft program for the next standing committee meeting would then remain as the agenda. I would then also want to propose that going forward, that the meetings of the Standing Committee on Local Government move to the chambers. Member Maseko.
Chairperson, I'm all in support.
Thank you very much. Member Dugmore.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I also support that.
Thank you, Member Bosman.
Chair, I'm in support where logistically and practically possible.
Thank you very much. That we go to the chamber and not on the virtual platform. Member, oh, okay. Now I see that you lowered your hand. Thank you. Members, in regard to this standing committee meeting and the time allocated for the standing committee meeting, the standing committee meeting is now adjourned.
No, Chairperson.
We have been allocated until 12 o'clock.
Half an hour. We were allocated 30 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
My understanding is that we were allocated 30 minutes. Can we clarify?
Go ahead.
That? Chairperson, do you acknowledge that this meeting is for 30 minutes or not?
Go ahead, Member Dugmore.
No, Chair. I want to clarify something. Is this meeting for 30 minutes or not?
Go ahead, Member Dugmore. You raised your hand.
I'm asking you as the Chair a question that has bearing on this meeting. Could you, as a Chairperson, clarify, because the information we received is that it's for half an hour.
And we have received the correct information like you have.
Okay, so it is for half an hour. Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I would like to raise the following two issues for the next meeting and then get clarity from the meeting as to when that meeting will take place. Firstly, previously we had submitted a dossier concerning allegations around MEC Bradell and the department in regard to interference with local government matters in a number of municipalities. The previous chairperson flatly refused to have that dossier debated. And if you look at the terms of reference and objectives that we've just been through, it's clearly a matter that this committee needs to discuss. So I would like to place the Bradell dossier on the next agenda. Secondly, Chair, we have a fundamental problem because when we as members are asking questions in the legislature to the MEC regarding local governments, we have already received a response that the City of Cape Town, for instance, has a legal opinion which has now resulted in them refusing to respond to written questions that we asked to the MEC about, for instance, the City of Cape Town. I would like to place that item on the agenda and request that we call the National Department of Local Government, the City of Cape Town, as well as the MEC to that meeting so that we can clarify this, because our understanding is that in other provinces, MECs take questions from members related to local government, but we see a tendency now in the Western Cape from the DA municipalities to actually refuse to see themselves as part of cooperative governance. Cooperative governance is also one of the issues that has been raised in this committee. And then the third issue that I would like to request is that we call the Special Investigative Unit to report to our committee about the investigation into the City of Cape Town Housing Maintenance Department. So those are the three issues, Chair, that I would like to have placed on the agenda of our committee. Thank you.
Member Bosman.
Chair, I would just like to get some clarity on the first issue. If the dossier is related to Member Bradell in his capacity as a Member of Parliament, should that not be going to the Conduct Committee or through Parliament through a substantive motion?
Member Maseko.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think I supported your leadership in saying that we are going to look at the program, what is on the program on the standing committee. If Member Dagmore says already I've sent that, maybe it's in the program and it's going to be, I take it it's going to be difficult for you to respond to the request that he's making until you go on that program with the procedural officer to check what is there. Then after that, after you you have looked at that and maybe populated with whatever that the procedural officer says we talked about before, then you can come to us and say, okay, this is what we have, let's populate our program. But now I feel we are going to put you in a very difficult position to say yeah or nay, because of you don't know what is in that program. You still have to sit down with the procedural officer. So I will request that we give you a time to go there and look at that so that you can come back. We are not going anywhere. 2024 is still some years. And then I think for this year, those things will attend to them. But let's do it correctly so that we can be able to attend to each and everything that we feel it will add value to the communities of this province through that program of the Standing Committee of Local Government. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, members. Member Dagmo, is that a new hand?
Thank you. Yeah, it is. Thank you,
Can you
Chairperson.
just move to an area where we can hear you clearly?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can hear you better.
Okay, apologies. The connection seems to be fine. Chairperson, obviously you are going to respond to the members, but I just want to, well, obviously, firstly, have those 3 items minuted in this meeting, and also want to bring it to the attention of members that we have a constitutional responsibility, both in regard to the national and the provincial constitution and in the rules, to hold the executive to account through oversight. That is in the minutes that we've just dealt with. And I want to put it on record that the ongoing attempts, for example, by Honourable Maseko, to actually delay and or prevent items from being discussed by this committee is in fact a breach of the code of conduct, because it's becoming a consistent pattern. I'm a member of this committee, and I would like those issues to be placed on the agenda. We can at that meeting discuss how we handle the matters, but it's just simply unacceptable that members of this committee refuse to have matters related to this portfolio discussed. And I want to put it on record that I believe that these attempts are a contravention of the code of conduct and both the provincial, the national constitution, and the rules of order of this legislature. Thank you.
Member Maseko.
Chair, I'm going to take it that member Dagmo's connection somewhere got lost so that he didn't hear me. I'm not talking about any delay. I'm not talking about any other thing. I'm saying let the chair go and look if those things that he has identified are not in the program. So for him to just throw in the English words that is good in to say that no, it's a delay tactic. It's like I don't understand what is this responsibility. That is not what I'm doing. I'm saying let the chair go and check what is there so that she can populate and come back to us and check those things that you identified if they are not in the program.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm not going to go now. You say, she say. Member Dagmo, lower your hand, and Member Maseko. Thank you.
I just have one
in regard,
point.
Member Dagmo, I'm speaking. I gave you an opportunity to speak.
Point of order.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. My point of order is the procedural officer is in this meeting. We have 5 minutes left. The point of order for the progress of this meeting is to ask whether those items that I've mentioned are on the program or not. Thank you.
Member Dagmo, I'm chairing this meeting, and in regard to your request, as I have indicated earlier, I am new to the portfolio as a member, firstly. I'm new as the chairperson of the standing committee, and I've indicated earlier to the standing committee that I will hereafter have a meeting with the procedural officer. The senior procedural officer can join in on the meeting. I want to affirm myself with what has happened in the standing committee, and I want to bring myself up to speed as to where the standing committee is in regard to the draft program that is already there. So that's the one. Then, as I have indicated, the next standing committee meeting will be the agenda that is on the draft program of the standing committee now. So we will handle that. I will sit with the procedural officer and the senior procedural officer. We will work through the draft program, and then I will come back to the standing committee in regard to those matters. I'm not going to ask the procedural officer now to go through the draft program. We will have an opportunity to go through that draft program. So members, that's where I am in regard to the requests. And yes, I agree that we have an obligation as the standing committee. And I don't think that any one of us want to run away from the responsibility that has been bestowed upon us. So members, with that said, I want to thank the procedural officer for facilitating this meeting and the senior procedural officer for assisting, and also the assistant procedural officer and IT for assisting this afternoon, and most especially to you that have joined the standing committee meeting. As for this standing committee meeting on local government, the standing committee meeting is now adjourned. Thank you and go well, be safe.